Hi everyone, welcome back to Law Study Kit. I hope that you're doing well. In today's video, I'd like to answer a very simple question that I get a lot of times, is that who can apply for the NCA assessment? I have a law degree, or sometimes people ask me, I have a business degree, can I apply for an NCA assessment? So I want to clarify this question today so that people kind of know who can apply for it. So if you're interested, keep watching. Now, when I was a student, I did not pay close attention to NCA policies just because I didn't know that the policy was important. And I've mentioned in my previous videos, please read the policy, and I have it here again. So read it and make sure that you understand it. If you don't, then that's fine. But I'm sure if you give it a read, you will be able to get answers to most of the questions that you ask. So I can link it down below so that you understand a lot about the NCA process. So when I was a student, I didn't pay close attention, like I'm saying. But now that I practice law and I do Canadian immigration, it's very important that we look at the law first. So for example, the Act, the regulations, the policy manuals, and all of that is very important to understand when practicing Canadian immigration. So this is a skill that I've learned now. I didn't have this skill before. I would either ask somebody or just read what's written on the NCA website. But now that I know, I want to pass it on to you so that you can be a step ahead, and you should have read the policy by now. So to answer your question, anybody who has a qualifying law degree can apply for an NCA assessment. Now, what do I mean by a qualifying law degree? You need to have a law degree from either a common law jurisdiction or a civil law jurisdiction works as well. Now, if you have an LLB, that is also considered a qualifying law degree. A JD can also be considered a qualifying law degree. An LLM is not a qualifying law degree because it's a specialization. People do an LLM after they have some sort of degree. So if you just have the LLM and like a degree in business or whatever, you cannot apply for the NCA assessment. Anyone who has business degrees, policy degrees, law and policy degrees cannot apply for an NCA assessment. It is particularly stated in the policy that you need to apply for an NCA assessment if you have a qualifying law degree. So I hope that this answers your question in terms of whether you can apply for an NCA assessment. Now I'm going to move on to some other aspects. For example, work experience, or do you need to be called to the bar in the country that you're in order to apply for an NCA assessment? The answer is no. You do not need work experience. You do not need to be licensed lawyer, as in you don't need to be called to the bar in the country that you're in. However, if you have work experience, or if you have been called, these can certainly help you in your application. So it's a good idea to present all of those documents for the NCA to look at, because sometimes maybe they can assign you maybe less courses, or maybe you might be exempted from articling. So in order to apply for it, the mandatory requirement is that you have a qualifying law degree, but work experience and all of these things can help you, get less subjects, or your assessment could be more in your favor. So you can definitely include all of that evidence when you are applying for an NCA assessment. So I hope that this was helpful. Just to summarize, and hopefully I haven't confused you too much, is that, you need to have a law degree. Everything else, your extracurricular activities, work experience, or your license to the bar can definitely help you. But anybody can apply for an NCA assessment. You don't have to be a Canadian citizen. You don't have to be a Canadian permanent resident. You don't have to be in Canada on any status. It doesn't matter wherever you are. You don't need to be present in Canada as well. You can apply for an NCA assessment online and get started with this lawyer licensing process if you're interested. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and I will see you in my next video.